Here's your problem. You wouldn't stand next to a jet engine without ear protection because you know hearing damage is permanent. But you watch your bank account drain month after month, debt stacking up, and do absolutely nothing until it's too late. Why? Because you can't see money damage the way you can see physical harm. And that invisible threat is quietly destroying your financial future right now. I'm talking to every Singaporean and Malaysian watching this who knows something isn't right with their money but keeps scrolling past that banking app notifications. Let's talk about why we're so good at ignoring financial damage until it becomes unfixable. Think about the last time someone warned you about hearing loss, maybe at a concert, or when you crank up your earbuds too loud. You probably turn the volume down immediately because the mental image of going down, struggling through conversations, needing hearing aids, that scared you into action. Now think about the last time you checked your savings account and saw it was lower than last month. Did you feel that same urgency? Probably not. You might have felt a tiny ping of worry, then carried on with your day. That difference right there is killing your financial health. Financial damage is invisible. When your bank balance drops from $15,000 to $8,000 over 6 months, nothing physically hurts. You don't limp. There's no blood. Your daily life looks exactly the same. You still go to work, still meet friends for dinner, still scroll through Shopee at midnight. The money disappears silently, and because there's no immediate pain, your brain doesn't register it as a real threat. Compare that to touching a hot stove. You pull your hand back instantly because pain creates an immediate neural connection between action and consequence. Financial decisions have no such biological feedback. You can spend $400 on weekend brunch and shopping, your credit card processes it smoothly, and life continues unchanged. No alarm bells, no warning lights, just numbers on a screen that are easy to ignore. And if you're Malaysian, the social pressure makes this worse. Think about those mamak sessions that stretch past midnight, where there's this unspoken competition about who treats the group this time. Everyone seems to be upgrading their phones, going on holidays, eating out constantly. When everyone around you appears to be doing fine financially, your own overspending feels normal. Plot twist: they're not fine. They're just equally skilled at hiding their financial stress. But because nobody talks about it honestly, ignoring financial damage becomes the standard rather than the exception. Now let me explain the real psychological trap here. There's this fascinating research in behavioral economics showing that we treat our future selves almost like strangers. The you making spending decisions today cannot emotionally connect with the you who face consequences 6 months or 6 years from now. Picture this: you're a 28-year-old in Singapore. You know intellectually that spending $800 monthly on food delivery will wreck your ability to save for a flat deposit. But it's 9 p.m, you're exhausted from work, scrolling through GrabFood, and that laksa delivered to your door feels real and immediate. The future version of you struggling to afford BTO down payment, that person feels abstract, distant, almost imaginary. So you order the laksa again. This disconnect gets even worse with credit facilities. Buy, now pay, later schemes, and 0% installment plans create extra layers of separation between what you do today and what you'll pay tomorrow. When a Malaysian buys a 2,500 ringgit smartphone on 24-month installments, he's not processing the full financial hit. He's thinking only 104 ringgit per month, totally manageable. Until he's got 6 such commitments stacked up, and suddenly that's over 600 ringgit monthly just on installments. So why don't financial warnings work the way hearing loss warnings do? Because hearing warnings are specific, immediate, and irreversible. Listening to music above 85 decibels for extended periods will permanently damage your hearing. Clear cause and effect. Clear stakes. Financial warnings are vague nonsense by comparison. Save more for retirement. Build an emergency fund. Okay, but what actually happens if I don't save for retirement this month? Nothing visible. What's the penalty for having only $2,000 in emergency savings instead of 6 months' expenses? Nothing. Until an emergency hits, which might be never or might be next week. That uncertainty creates psychological wiggle room that lets you off the hook. Plus, we convince ourselves financial damage is reversible. I'll just work harder next year and make up for it. I can always sell the car if things get bad. My parents will help if I really need it. These mental escape hatches, realistic or not, make financial warnings feel less urgent. Nobody thinks this way about hearing loss. You can't regrow damaged ear cells next year. But here's the cruel truth. Financial damage does become permanent, just on a slower timeline. A 30-year-old Malaysian who spends every ringgit might think she can course correct at 35 or 40. But those lost years of compound growth can never be recovered. Not investing 500 ringgit monthly from age 30 to 40 isn't just losing 60,000 ringgit. It's losing that amount plus decades of potential growth, easily reaching hundreds of thousands by retirement. Gone. Permanently. Credit damage works the same way. Ignoring late payments and defaults creates a credit score that takes years to rebuild. That poor score then increases your borrowing costs, which damages your finances further, creating a downward spiral that gets harder to escape the longer you wait. And if you're Singaporean, think about property timing. Young professionals who spend their 20s ignoring financial damage often find themselves permanently priced out. Someone who could have afforded a resale flat with proper saving in 2018 might find that same unit completely unreachable by 2024, with no realistic path back to affordability. That's not temporary damage. That's a permanent shift in life trajectory. So what do you actually do about this? Treat financial health like physical health. First, create immediate feedback. Since money damage has no natural pain signals, build artificial ones. Set alerts when spending exceeds thresholds. Use apps that shove your year-to-date spending in your face. Seeing you've spent 4,200 ringgit on dining out this year creates the immediate sting that credit card swipes don't provide. Second, make future consequences specific. Don't just say save for retirement. Calculate exactly. Without saving $500 monthly starting now, you'll work until age 73 to maintain your lifestyle. Connect today's actions to tomorrow's reality. Third, establish irreversible lines. Create personal rules as non-negotiable as protecting your hearing. Never spend more than you earn in a month. Never withdraw retirement savings early. Never carry credit card debt past the grace period. When these become absolute boundaries, the permission to ignore damage disappears. Fourth, audit the invisibility. Schedule monthly sessions to review all accounts, calculate net worth changes, track debts. I know you avoid your banking app because you know the news won't be good. That's exactly why you need to look. Finally, shift the social narrative. Start normalizing financial honesty. When friends suggest expensive plans, saying that doesn't fit my budget this month needs to become as acceptable as declining drinks for health reasons. Ignoring financial damage isn't a character flaw. It's a design flaw in how our brains work. But now you understand it, you can build systems that compensate. Because once certain financial damage is done, it truly cannot be undone. For more honest conversations about money psychology, visit WhyWeSpend.com. And subscribe to this channel if you want to stop ignoring what your bank account is trying to tell you.